Are you thinking about selling your craft online, but you don't know where to start? You don't know what platform would work for you? Well, in this video, I'm going to share the things you need to think about before you pick the right platform for where you're at. What's going on, my fellow jewelers? So I know some of you are itching to get out there to make a side hustle or start a business, but you just don't know how or where to start to sell online. So first, I want to talk with you about the places you can sell, but then at the end, I'm going to talk to you about what you need to think or what you need to know before deciding on these places. So the first one is Etsy. Everybody knows Etsy. If you're a handmade crafter, you know Etsy. And if you don't, let me tell you a little bit about them. So Etsy was designed for handcrafters to sell their handcrafting goods online. But now it's really evolved, and it's not just handcrafters, it's third parties, 10th parties, 100th parties. Like it's anything and everything you just want to sell. And there's some really good things about it. Like they bring the traffic. They really do. I know I've sold on Etsy before and I made some great sales and everything, but the downfall is it's like flooded. The market is flooded. There's tons of people that are selling everything. It's also hard to know you, right? So they don't go, oh, I bought this from this person. They go, I bought from Etsy. You don't really remember the crafter that you bought from. You remember that it was on Etsy, right? And so you don't really get well known. But here's some things about Etsy that you need to know. All their fees, holy guacamole, Batman. Can I just tell you, there's a first time setup fee. There's a listing fee. There's a transaction fee. There's ad fees, off-site fees, subscription fees, in-person fees, shipping fees, personalized website fees. Oh my gosh, the list goes. I was in shock how many fees there were because I did Etsy probably, I would say 5 years ago. I did Etsy, and then through crazy circumstances, I had to get off, not because of them, but because of me. And so when I looked back on this, I was like, oh my goodness, they have way more fees now than they did when I got on. So I don't know the first time setup fee. I do know it's 20 cents per listing, right? So when you list an item, it's gonna be 20 cents, and you're gonna have to renew it every 4 months. So it's not just like you list it and you're done. If it has been bought in 4 months, then they're gonna make you renew and make you pay 20 cents more. And if you get someone buys from you a purchase, then it's 6.5% for that transaction fee. And then there's subscription fees. You can get like an Etsy Plus for $10. And then there's an in-person fee. If you're selling in person and you're using Etsy, they're going to charge you cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching for them and you as well. And then of course the shipping fee, which makes sense because they're allowing you to buy shipping labels from them, printing it off in your home and then shipping it, going to the mail and just dropping it off. So that's nice. I really like that aspect. And then there's a personalized website. You can actually make your own website on Etsy for $15 a month. So, I mean, and there's more fees. I didn't even name all the fees because some of them I didn't even understand. I'm like, what does this mean? Oh my gosh, really, Etsy? Okay. So we have a lot of fees when it comes to Etsy, okay? Then the next one I want to talk about, I'm going to go back to Etsy. Don't worry about it. I'm going to go back to Etsy, but I want to talk about all of them and then dive into it a little bit more. So then there is another actually handcrafting website that is called GoImagine, and they only allow you to sell handcrafted stuff. Like they don't allow the 10th parties, third parties, this party, that party. You have to be the handcraft. You have to make it yourself. And I love that about them, right? And their fees are a lot less expensive than Etsy. So it's 5% for a transaction fee plus the taxes. They actually help you with the taxes. They put taxes on there and then they take it and they do their thing, pay the IRS. I love that. There's also a couple of subscriptions you could do. You can do the launch where it's $2.50 a month for 20 listings. So like Etsy, you don't get dinged every time you do a listing. It's just you have 20 listings for $2.50 a month, you're good, right? You have to pay $2.50 a month. The other one is the Thrive, where it's $5 a month for 200 listings, which is great, right? So you have 200 listings, $5 a month, we be good. And then the other one is Mosaic. It's $10 a month to make your own website, which I think is super cool. The problem is with GoImagine is I jumped on GoImagine, I did the $5 a month. I was super excited. I was like, $5 a month, I can do that. I got no traffic. So they're still just growing. They are nowhere near the competition of Etsy compared to the traffic that Etsy gets, right? But I do think they could be a really good starter if you want to start a website. Okay, then the next one is Shopify. Oh my goodness, having your own website. How lovely is that? Yes, they're pretty expensive. There's other websites you can go with, like Weebly or whatever. I think Weebly just started where you can sell your own product on there, and it's a lot less expensive a month or per year. sure, but Shopify is known, right? Like you can have listings on Shopify and then really plug it into your Pinterest or other places. And so Shopify has that uniqueness. It is more expensive. So it's like $350 a year or $948 a year or $3,600 a year. Or there's even one, can I tell you, that's $3,600 a month. Maybe it's 3,200, whatever. It's 3,000 plus a month, which I'm like, whoa, nowhere near that. I'm a side hustle, small business kind of girl at this point. You know what I'm saying? But they do have a lot of bonuses about them, right? Like they help with the shipping label, right? You pay them with the shipping label. They help with the weight. They do all those cool things. You do have to build your own website. So if you're not familiar with that, that is a league of its own. And I have made websites before. I've made websites for things in the past, for like nonprofit. I've made websites for our church. So I've done the website business. So I jumped on to Shopify. I made my own website and it wasn't that hard. Like there was some things that confused me, but you kind of get around it. Weebly is definitely user-friendly more than Shopify when it comes to making your website. But can I just tell you, it takes hours. It takes hours to make a website of your own. I'm talking about, I think our church's website took me like 9 hours, just straight sitting there and being like, Joel, take care of the kids. My husband, take care of the kids. I got to make this website for the church and stuff. So it does take time, but once you make it and you have the ball rolling, it's so great. It's really great. Here's the thing about websites. Can I just be honest? Here's the thing about websites is they don't bring traffic to you. It's not like Etsy, where Etsy's bringing traffic through and having people look. You have to have your own audience. You have to have your own like pulling of customers, right? Like you're directing people to the website. Nothing's directing people to your website except you. Okay. So that's really a hard part because when you think once you get a website, like people are going to find me out. No, you got to push the audience. You got to push your the people following you and all that stuff. And so websites are you do it, right? You bring the people and stuff. Let's talk about the social media sites because those are so great when you're starting off. You got the Facebook, you got the Instagram, you got the TikTok, you got, what else you got? You got YouTube. Hello, YouTube. You got all those, right? And those are great platforms to start when you're building your audience and stuff. And you can sell on there. You can be like, this is what I'm selling today. And then people can pay you with like PayPal and Venmo and Cash App and all those apps, right? Like you can do it that way to start building your audience, right? So you have the social media to help you out. Now, here are the things you need to think about before jumping on one of these places. Or maybe you've already jumped on, you're like, I just want a little bit more information. But here's the things you got to think about before jumping on these platforms. One, how big is your audience? Like how many people know you, follow you, are looking to buy your stuff, right? Because if it's small or little to nothing, then I really suggest the social medias to build up momentum, right? So you can direct people there because then you're not paying every month. I mean, you can pay for ads, but I haven't paid for ads on Facebook in regards to my jewelry. I've paid for ads in regards to our church, but I haven't paid for to sell things. So I don't know how great that would be, but it's free, right? It's free. Like build your audience there, build up your momentum. If you have a big audience, right? Or you have even a small audience, go to Etsy. Like there is traffic coming in if you want to pay all those fees, cha-ching, all those fees all day long, but it can be worth it to get the buildup of your audience, to get traffic and stuff. If you have a big audience, if people are asking you all the time, where do I buy from you? I just want to buy, right? You have that question all the time. You may want to start a website. Okay, you may want to start a website with Shopify and Weebly, even GoImagine, right? They're $10 a month, which is cheaper than Weebly, may I say. $10 a month to have your own website, and you may get some traffic because they're trying to get traffic going on GoImagine and stuff. So I would even start with GoImagine for the website. Just try it out. Just see, $10 a month. Come on, man. The other thing is, so besides audience, right? Besides how big is your audience? How big is your followers? How big is your customer, base, right? Like that's the big question. The other thing is, how much money do you make a month? Like if you're just starting off and it's becoming slowly a hobby into a side hustle or business, don't spend a lot. Like sometimes people are like, I gotta make money, there I gotta spend money, right? You hear that, make money, spend money, make money, spend money. When you are starting off, don't go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and buy all this stuff, buy everything you need. No, like invest into a couple things, like start the Facebook page, maybe do Facebook and Instagram and start off small, maybe start the Etsy, like don't spend all your money trying to build up your business. Let your business grow. And then wisdom is you pay what you can, right? And then when you make some more money, maybe go up to the next thing. Maybe go from Facebook to Etsy, and then maybe Etsy to your website, right? I mean, even if you have Etsy, you can always direct people to your website. Like that's a given, right? But don't be spending all your money. Don't be going crazy, going, I have to have a website. I have to direct people to it and stuff. And we're gonna no, because you could break the bank just by making those payments every month that you were never meant to start off with, okay? So things you need to know is how big is your followers, how much customer base do you have, like your platform, I call it, and then how much money do you make a month, because those will determine where you need to start off with, okay? If you have any questions, I love helping you guys with your side hustle, your business startups, all that stuff. I don't know everything, but what I do know, I will share with you. So if you have any questions, comments, please leave it below. If you want to know more about these, I do have links in the description about Etsy and GoImagine and all that, so you can go check that out for yourself as well to dive more into the research. Don't just dive into it without researching for yourself. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Go check out my other videos on my YouTube channel, my website, right here. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.